We're out here on the moon, yes, the moon, at one of the most progressive freeride slopestyle events that the galaxy has ever seen. This is Audi Nines by numbers. Right, I'm going to start off with the slopestyle line. This thing consists of 5 obstacles, or 4 if you miss out the satellite dish. But you can actually hit the satellite dish, come back, go on the big landing, and then roll back in. But it starts off with a big flat drop, an actual flat drop into a big straight jump. And then you can hit the satellite dish, or you can miss it out and do a big step down into another big step up jump to finish the whole line off. So it's pretty mellow. It starts off with a berm, then it rolls off into the flat drop. So let's go over that. The slopestyle drop. It's weirdly see-through, it's quite scary. All right, so I got my crazy eyes on. That's about 4 meters high from takeoff to landing. So 4, and you're stepping out 7. That's a big slopestyle. That's Crankworks level. All right, the first trick jump on the slopestyle line. Look, 2 riders up there. Slopestyle bike, one's on a slopestyle bike, one's on a hardtail. That is pretty big for a trick jump. That's gonna send you to the moon, that's for sure. 3.5 meter kicker. That's gonna send you definitely not to the moon, because we're on the moon. It's gonna send you off the moon. Whew. Wow, let's move on. Man, ET, call home, please. This thing, the satellite dish, look at it. Massive. And it's cool because at the top you can kind of use it as a quarter pipe, so you can jump in off a quarter pipe, which is massive, into this quarter pipe, and it's real grippy. Or you can use it by just riding around it like a wall ride, hopping back in. Right, we've moved over to the slopestyle step down. That is, yeah, 10 meters. This is line number 2, the Freeride line, and it starts right up here. This is the highest point on the whole course. You come with me. There's 5 obstacles on this whole line that makes it the big Freeride line. Starts off with a drop straight into the biggest and longest feature on the track, and that's a big left-hand hip into a 180-degree berm, and on the exit there's a big shark fin, and then it goes into another hip, a slight left-hand hip, smaller than the first. That leads into 2 rollers, into another step down with a slight hip on it, and then to finish it off, it's a big straight jump right at the bottom. That is a Freeride line. I'm pretty curious on how big that hip is, the first one, because it looks massive. But before we get there, look at this drop. Oh my gosh, this is scary. There's a cliff here. Wow, okay, Freeride line, first drop, 9 meters from takeoff to sweet spot on the landing, and going down to flat ground is 6 meters high. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a big mellow lip. Well, it's gonna have to be mellow. You don't want a big kicky lip on this big gap. And you're gonna be carving this thing to the left. You can see the line already. But what I'm interested in is how big this gap is. What's it to the knuckle?
17.
So you can do it in meters. You can do it in meters if you want.
It is meters.
17 meters. Okay, there you go. 17 meters. And you're hipping across the slopestyle line, which is making that look very small. This is the first big obstacle and the biggest obstacle on the whole course. So you're off the hip, you're carrying a lot of speed, you're in this 180-degree berm. And look at the decorations. That are not decorations, that is actually pumping out oxygen from a big tank under here, because we're obviously on the moon. You gotta carry your speed through here, then you're into this shark fin. And that drops you into the next biggest dirt-to-dirt feature on the Freeride line. Let's go measure that one. Wow, this must have been a meteorite smashed into the moon. Sharky, bottom roller, then you're introduced with a bigger lip. This is bigger than that one up there. I'm thinking this is like 14 foot high. This thing's massive, dude. I got Bienvenido, Spanish rider. He's gonna help me. Hey! 13.5 meters to knuckle. Probably give it another meter, and that's when you're gonna be landing. 14 meters. That's a nice, comfortable sized jump, to be honest. The second hip on the Freeride line, you're coming, you've got to keep your speed. So they're stuck in this nice humpback roller, which is on its side because you've got to keep your speed. They didn't put a berm here because they kind of tend to get rid of your speed. Then you're introduced to another roller where you'll be going really fast because this here is a big step down hip. The lip doesn't look like anything. The actual gap is big. And look at them 2 case marks already. That's people not having enough speed. Björn Vens said around 12 to 13 meters. Pin is a slight hip in it. Yeah, 13.5 meters. Nice, 13.5 meters race jump. So you're gonna be getting a lot of speed. You've got to continue, like carry your speed through here. And then you're introduced with the last one, which is the last sender on the Freeride line. So other than the shark fin on the Freeride line up the top, this is kind of the smallest obstacles on the course, but they're not small, man. Look at it. That's big. This gap is huge. It's 13.35 meters. That's 10 meters, but it's stepped up like 10 meters. It doesn't go to, you can't see that on your little mobile phones or your computer screens or your TV screens at home. These things are big still, but that is the smallest thing. This is the bottleneck. This is where the Freeride line and the Slopestyle line come into play. So if you get it timed right with the riders, you could potentially be jumping these things together. One on the left, one on the right. Wow. Look at the size of it. And it's so big. It's probably the width of a car. Look at that. That's huge. Look at this gap. That's huge. Parkour! Whoa. That one up there is 3.5 meters, give or take. This is 3.5 meters. But the thing about this one, and why this one's different, look how mellow this one is compared to that one over there. The one on the Slopestyle line is a big booter, designed to get you up in the air and high. This one is designed to get you in the air, but really far. So let's measure this gap. Right. 11 meters. There you go. 11 meters to knuckle. But obviously, you'll get someone with a bit too much speed that goes a little bit too far. And that looks like a spot where someone went a little too far and landed super deep. That is 13 meters. That's a big jump. Right, so that's the end of the Freeride and the Slopestyle line. Give or take 2 meters away from the 13 meters on the big Freeride line. That one there is roughly about 12 to 11 meters gap on the Slopestyle line. Now, running down this, look at the sheer size of this monstrosity. This is a landing. This is where we land. But the great thing about this thing, this is the sender. So they've stuck sand on it. So when you crash, it's not going to hurt as much if you crashed on that horrible rock solid moon dirt over there. This is from Jupiter. It's red, so it's from Jupiter. Look how big it is. Wow. This, my fellow viewers, is Audi Nines' biggest trick feature on the whole course. The senders, the twins. You got one on the left, you got one on the right. The one on the right is the big dog. The one on the left, the kicker is different to the one on the right. The one on the left is way more steeper and way more kickier, which is going to send you way higher off this planet. Literally a launching pad for a rocket. Human rockets propelled by a bicycle. Just over 4 meters. That is over 4 meters tall. That is big. That is big, and it goes to say its twin brother next to him is 4.5 meters nearly tall. These things are huge. These things are going to send a human being into the stratosphere of this moon. Oh, I'm running out of it. I need some more. Oh, fresh air, nice. Now gap of this huge Big Bertha jump. I'll be back in a bit, hang on, you might just hear me. Oh, that's 11 meters, 11 meter gap, but it's not as big as all those ones over there. It's just the sheer height and size, and look at the state of that lip. It's huge. That's the biggest lip on the course, where you've got two there. I think the other one's bigger. All right, I have to measure the sheer size of this thing. Obviously my trigonometry is not that great, so we're estimating right now. Do you want to grab that there, Tom? That's too high. Okay, so it's about 10 meters from where it is over there, and obviously that's not the true height measurement. So give or take, with roughly that bit taken off, I'm saying that's about seven meters tall. If that was a sheer wall, that's 7 meters tall. That's nearly 2 stories. Whoo! Audi Nines on the moon. They've smashed it this year. They've put this whole course on the moon. It's massive, and it doesn't go to show on your little screens at home. I went out there and measured, and hopefully that's given you a great insight on how big these things are. I'm finished filming all that. I've given you all the insights of that. I'm gonna go to base camp, because look at it, massive setup. I can smell the dried astronaut food. I'm gonna join all my astronaut friends out here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, like, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know what Audi Nines is all about, click over here. And I'm competing in this event, so keep an eye out for the next video. See you later.